Hey, Mark. Mark, just a minute here. I can't do all this at once. Just let me get you on first. I'm still trying to figure out what button I'm on. Hello. Not that button. There I am. Hey, you know, about 4 weeks ago, you was asking about people doing talent.
Yes,
You remember that?
yes.
Just a minute. I got to make sure this is going on TV, too, because if I'm going to be on this, I'm going to be on the TV, too. Just,
Hey, can you wait a minute?
yeah, I can wait a long time.
I got to get you on tape.
Oh, no. That won't be on TV.
I know.
Hey, you know, you was asking about talent, and I told you I wanted to sing. You remember that?
Yes,
And you said, no way. You remember that, don't you?
yes.
So I went home and I thought, you know, if I can't sing, which I can't, I just as well tell jokes.
Yeah. But you took it the wrong way. I needed you to run the camera. That's why I didn't want you to sing.
Oh, you mean I can sing? No, I can't
No,
sing.
no.
No. Well, the problem that I've got, Mark, is I researched for weeks all my jokes. My dad sent me home a briefcase that's huge, full of jokes, and I thought, man, I've got it made. Okay, so I sat down and I got all these good jokes lined up and got ready to go today, and I thought, you know, I got one more off the internet from my dad. I'm going to go copy it off. Well, I did, but then I left the rest of them at home. And they were really good jokes. If you guys can wait, I'll run home and get them. Probably not. Okay. Well, I can only remember a couple of them. That's probably too many, according to my wife. Actually, it's her fault because I was late getting here,
Okay.
and I was waiting on my wife.
Way to go, Diane.
She probably had this planned out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It almost worked. Anyway, this preacher was getting up to give a prayer for the offertory, and he was going along really doing a nice job, and he said something to the nature of, Lord, you know, we have all this stuff given to you, from you, by you. We're nothing but dust. And the little girl in the crowd, you know how little girls can be? She piped right up to her mom. She says, Mom, and her mom goes, shh. And she goes, Mom, she, louder, of course. She says, what's butt dust? I can see I'm going to have to draw them pictures. But I did get the one that I copied off. And this, you know, I had a whole bunch of church jokes. I really did. And they were really some good ones. But I can't remember very good. You know, I'm over 50, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to read you this one about a potato. Do you know anything about potatoes?
I like to eat them.
Okay, well, then you'll enjoy this one. Let me tell you about the potato. Well, girl potato and boy potato had eyes for each other. Am I going to have to draw a picture for this, too? And finally, they got married. And they had a little sweet potato, which they called Yam. Of course, they wanted the best for Yam. When it was time, they told her about the facts of life. They warned her about going out and getting half-baked. Half-baked. Did they all go home, Mark?
They probably wish you would have sang.
Well, I can tell you one thing, there'd been a lot of ice cream for you and me. And so she wouldn't get accidentally mashed and get a bad name for herself like hot potato. And end up with a bunch of tater tots. Yam said not to worry. No spud would get her into the sack and make a rotten potato out of her. But on the other hand, she wouldn't stay home and become a couch potato either. She would get plenty of exercise so as not to be skinny like her shoestring cousins. When she went off to Europe, Mr. and Mrs. Potato told Yam to watch out for the hard-boiled guys from Ireland. The greasy guys from France called the everybody at once French fries. And when she went out west, to watch out for the Indians so she wouldn't get scalped. Yam said she would stay on the straight and narrow and wouldn't associate with those high-class Yukon Golds, or the ones from the other side of the tracks who advertise their trade on all the trucks that say Frito-Lay. Mr. and Mrs. Potato sent Yam to Potato PU. That's Potato University, of course. so that when she graduated, she'd really be in the chips. But in spite of all they did for her, one day Yam came home and announced she was going to marry Tom Brokaw. Tom Brokaw. Mr. and Mrs. Potato were very upset. They told Yam she couldn't possibly marry Tom Brokaw because he just... You're not ready for this, are you?
Is it the end?
I thought I was telling the jokes here.
I don't know who's on tape, me or you.
Well, you are, but not very much of it because I had the camera off. Anyway, are you sure you're ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, here it is. He's a commentator.